Howdy Everybody, and welcome to the Ice House, where we discuss subculture topics in sub-zero temperatures. So I hope you brought your parka, or maybe one of those hoodies from under a rock. Yeah, well, links in the description below. But more importantly, why are we here today? Well, today I want to start talking about, I want to get into the discussion that we've been having for quite some time. Get back to the core of the reason, maybe why we all got to YouTube. Maybe the core of the reason why, we got here kind of in this conversation to begin with. That's right, I'm talking about the importance of fandoms and friendoms. Well, let's start with a fandom. Why are fandoms important? Well, I mean, they're great because we can identify with a franchise and we can buy cool merch and we can pick a team. But you know what? It's much more simple than that. It's more rooted at the core of us. Because a well-written story allows us to connect with a world that's beyond our own and learn from somebody else's experiences and maybe hear something said in a way that we never thought of. Maybe it'll help us learn how to communicate things that we understand but never understood how to actually put into words. So that's really cool. Because, I mean, you've got the fan, right? The person who picks up the book or watches a movie and starts identifying and resonating with characters and their story arc or something about that. And then on the other end, you've got the author, whether they are a current author or if they're from decades or centuries ago. Because, I mean, the classics are classics for a reason, right? Well, the thing is, you have this author that decided the best way that they could portray or explain the way they see the world is to create a fictional place, a new world that it's based off enough of a reality, but it has their own experiences tied into it, and their social critique, and the really cool thing is, once any piece of art is created, it kind of creates a life of its own, right? So these books and these characters, once they're in the minds of everyone else, they become an almost sentient being. And I know a lot about almost sentient beings. So, on one hand, you get this person who created a world and characters. And then you have characters that are basically coming to life, which is why we have so many great movies and so many adaptations, because of such well-written stories and people that were so honing their skills of their trade and their craft. And then you've got the fan who, you know what? Honestly, sometimes these books become somebody's best friend. Because maybe they're just too awkward or don't know how to connect with people, but they crave that connection. But a book allows them to see something and experience a world and learn how to even express things that they didn't know how to put in the words, but they could feel it and they could understand it as soon as they read that line. That's really awesome. And that's the power of, I guess, great creative minds. Being able to portray ideas and convey thoughts and just a deeper understanding about the experience, human or puppet, over generations, just by a few lines on a page. Yep, that's the beginning of a fandom. Because, when you find out that there are other people that have experienced this book or this idea and the impact it had on their lives, well, then you get to have a conversation. So somebody who might be long gone from this world is still helping people connect to each other and exploring the the human experience, or puppet. That's really incredible if you think about it. And I do a lot, actually. Probably no surprise. So, then this brings us to the importance of the fandom, which pretty much goes hand in hand with the friendom. Right. Because if you're going to experience something that impacts your life so much, wouldn't you want to share it with somebody? I mean, seeing something incredible, well, it can change your life, but it's more fun to share it with a friend. And so, as people begin to learn that others have enjoyed this IP and this idea and how it's impacted their lives, because let's face it, if it's an expansive universe, there's with lots of facets and a lot of characters for people to attach to and resonate with. You know, they might have slightly different takeaways, but you get to discuss that with your friends, and then, well, you get to see how these characters helped you kind of formulate your own opinions about life, and, well, that's really cool. So, now there are some drawbacks to the friendoms and the fandoms, because the more people that resonate and attach themselves to a certain story or IP means that every now and then people are going to disagree on what it means or how it should be interpreted. And unfortunately, we see a lot of that here too. But I'm not really wanting to get into that today. Today I just want to talk about why fandoms and why they're so important, and why so many people aren't willing to let them go, you know, from their tight grip. Because it's like letting go of an old friend. Nobody just does that. You fight for what you care about. Which is why we're all here, right? Well, I would love to hear what you guys have to think, say. You know, put them down in the comments below, and I definitely want to talk to more people about this and see where this thing goes. But you know, this is the birth of a new channel, and let's take it places. Well, see you later. Bye. Howdy, everybody. Have you ever felt like a lone bastion of justice amidst the wasteland? Now you don't have to be alone. You can carry this Sheriff Penguin with you anywhere you go. That's right, I'm talking about the new Punkwaddle clothing line collection exclusively from Under a Rock. Check it out in the description below. And, see you around. Bye!